Hey guys, so now that we understand what we need to do, I just need to take a pause and tell you what all we are going to import from the two packages that we installed. So if you recollect, we installed the Redux and the React Redux into our application. Now I oftentimes get confused on what to import from which package, and that's the reason this small video will tell you to keep in mind the things that you're going to be importing from which module, which package, and what they do for you. So one thing is, please keep this in mind, and it's okay if you do not get it, you can come back to it definitely. And as I go through the lecture, I will also import through these. It's very small, it's just like 3 items that we will import. It's not too much, but it definitely helps to have a clear mind on what you need to import. So the first thing is, when you do a Redux, you will require a create store from the Redux package or the Redux module. So create store, where you're actually creating your store which stores your entire JSON or entire object for storing the values of your application, will be created using the Redux package. Now there are two other things that you will import, and that will be from React Redux, and it's called a provider. So you have to wrap up your entire app into a provider so that your store can be passed to it, which means whatever you get from the create store has to be passed to your provider. Now there is something called as a connect, which is basically, you can assume that it is used to connect modules like the parent provider store to your child, so that you can get the properties from the store and use it in your child components. So these are the 3 things that we will use in our application. So let me repeat it again. So the Redux, from the Redux package, we will use create store, which will help us to create the store, which is nothing but an object that we will store the data into. Similarly, we will import provider, which will be a component or a component that is exposed to us from React Redux, that takes a parameter or attribute or a property of the store that we created, and definitely has our entire application use that store. Now similarly, we also have something called as a connect, so that the store object that is passed from the parent to the child is available as properties. I think we will go through these when we see the examples, but please keep in mind that we are going to be using them going forward. Now if you have any question, hold on to your question, don't just jump to the Q&A section. Let's quickly see the example or our application, and probably this will make much more sense as we go deeper. Okay, I'll see you in the next class.